I started playing clarinet in school, and I was horrible at it. I kept passing out while trying to play whole notes. I got stuck on bass drum, and then there was this girl, Candace Alpert, and she was on snare drum, and she got to play with drumsticks. And then when I first heard drum set, that's kind of, I think, when I was hooked, when I was like, I really want to do this. I think my first favorite drummer was Ricky Rocket from Poison, just because of the cool factor, you know, like the videos, like he was throwing his sticks in the air, and I was like, that's a drummer? Like, that is awesome. I totally want to do that. I was taking lessons with a guy named Pete Magadini, and he had written all the books on polyrhythms, and I was a huge fan of his. And he said, you know, you're good at the drums, you seem to like them a lot, but it's nothing compared to how excited you get when you explain something. You should really look into teaching as a career. When I think about putting headphones on in a studio, I just break out in a sweat, and I think about that click track coming in and all of my friends judging every fill, and it's like, okay, I'm not meant to do this. I'm not meant to be a session drummer. And then I think about, you know, a drummer sitting in front of me struggling with something and struggling, and then I just unlock one door for them, and they make this breakthrough, and then whatever they couldn't do 5 minutes ago, now they're doing it. That's like the greatest thing in the world for me. I mean, that's like pure heaven. I get that feeling of being on stage in front of 200,000 people when I teach somebody and they get it, you know,
So all a flamadiddle is you play paradiddles, you just flam the first note. That is it. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go.
Everyone having different learning styles is what has influenced what has become Mike'sLessons.com and what has become the live lessons. It was, you know, at first it was just video, and it was realizing people asking all the time, hey, could you write this out? Like, I really need to see it. And it's like, oh, okay, now we're going to offer PDFs with every lesson. Then people were saying, like, could you make like audio of this only because the video is distracting? I just need to hear a loop of it. Oh, sure. So now we offer MP3s. So that's what we're doing, is we're trying to say, okay, we all learn different. So I'm going to give you all the tools. So we started the camps 4 years ago. This is actually our 5th year of drum camps. And the point was just to get in a room with a small group. You know, we could have made a much bigger facility and done 60 people, but I wanted 8. 8 was the most I thought that I could memorize the names of and learn about their gear, find out about their struggles, and really allow me to like figure out how to teach them best. All of our camps are co-ed, and then we have 2 camps per year that are ladies only camps. And that was really set up just because I wanted female drummers to look around a room and see nothing but female drummers, and you know, besides me. But I wanted them to be like, I'm not the only one. It's like, no, you're not the only one. They're everywhere. You know, not to mention they're awesome at multitasking. In the ladies' camps, they do this the whole time while I'm teaching, not even kind of listening to me. And then I say, what did I just say? And they can repeat it back verbatim. They're so amazing at multitasking. The guys stare at me. Yeah, man. Yeah. I go, what did I say? I have no idea. I'm like, all right, let's go over that again. When they get here, of course they're nervous out of their minds. They're sitting with 8 other drummers and this guy that they've been watching on videos forever. And they're just thinking like, oh, I just suck. And it's like, and I'm the first one to tell them, you know what? We all suck at something. Like, who cares? I think that's why we came up with the phrase, embrace the suck, which means you should get excited about what you're failing at. The fact that you even know what that weak link in your armor is gives you a chance to fix it. And that's such a cool thing. Rather than never knowing, I wonder what I suck at, I wonder what I should be better at. And being frustrated, that's really normal. There's the day you start, and there's Buddy Rich, and all of us are in between somewhere. So instead of you can't possibly ever be better than me, ever. All you can be is later than me. And you can't ever be worse than me, you're just earlier than me. So if we keep that view alive, then it's like, okay, well, if you're earlier than me in the timeline, then you are where I used to be. So all I have to do is go back in time in my head and think, how did I feel when I was playing like that? There was a time that I could not do this. And then I practiced, and I could do it. So this new polyrhythmic, beat-displaced, metric modulated hubba-dubba thing that I'm working on today is just a more complex version of this. So take a deep breath and tackle it one note at a time. And if it's not working, like we talked about earlier, write it out. If that's not working, plug it into Fruity Loops and listen to it over and over again. But no matter what, you don't get to give up. You just keep trying. And then when you get it, it feels so good. And you go down to Johnny Rockets and get a double large chocolate milkshake. Yes, I'll have some malt in that, please. Bam. And you just celebrate the fact that you can go and and it just feels awesome, man.
Yeah! Good job, Logan.